It's on State Street and it has great coffee.
Would you like me to handle this, dear?
Go ahead.
No, I actually do like to buy fair trade coffee. I buy it at home, I buy it for work, and I just think that for all the coffee that Americans are drinking, we should be buying shade-grown, fair trade, organic grown coffee and tea.
So the petition is to help us get Madison certified as a fair trade city. We need the Madison Common Council to pass a resolution stating that they, as a group, support the fair trade movement and that whenever it's financially viable, they'll use fair trade products in municipal buildings as opposed to their free trade alternatives. And also there's a provision in the petition also for us to take to the university staff. A couple of years ago, they actually promised to go 100% fair trade in terms of the coffee that they serve in the campus cafeterias, and then they went back on that, and instead they renewed their contract with Starbucks. So we're trying to really get them to own up to what they promised they would do.
This label right here, that we are nothing like Starbucks. We have nothing in common with Starbucks in our business practices. It's sort of like you give a level playing field and you put the Green Bay Packers out on a field against guys who weigh 90 pounds and who have never played and who have no pads and no access to any sort of resources for training. You can kind of guess what the result is. In the end, what it's about is not about a label to us. In the end, what it's about is transparency in business practices. Everyone in this room, we are like the sleeping giant. If we demand this from the companies that we buy from every company, they're going to give it to you because they have no choice. They can't exist without you all. And if we can do that, and if we can demand that transparency in trade, that's what fair trade is.
We're really big on is believing that quality can be a much more sustainable model than just the fair trade movement. This is a local roaster's fair trade coffee. And you can see right away there's a substantial difference in the roast level they're putting on the coffee. It's much darker. One of the things you can do by dark roasting is cover up any defects in the coffee.
It makes it a little bit more challenging to educate
the customers
properly when there's people out there who are miseducating or taking a little bit different slant on it.
The fair trade movement is great, but it leaves a few pieces to the puzzle out.
I think until there is an economic payoff where people are willing to say to companies, I'm willing to pay more to ensure that this product was made under these conditions, but I don't think that message has gotten out to people. We all buy directly from them. So the stuff isn't expensive. You know, there's this preconception that if I buy fair trade, it's going to be more expensive. And it's like, here's a silk bag that has 50 bags of ginger green tea in it. If you want something that you can like just throw a few things in and go running out, this works. And it's $7.50. You're not going to get it any cheaper at Walmart.
Are really trying to tell the story of the cooperative. I think most people are interested in fair trade because they want to know where things come from. They want to know about the producers, and that's really a big part of what we do. So, you know, this is an example. This is something from the Philippines where this is a traditional kickball that kids play with in the Philippines. And so we had one of the producers, producer groups make this because we think it's also really important to share culture and traditions and history.
The major goal we're working towards this semester is to make Madison the next fair trade town.
People do want to do the right thing. Fair trade is awesome. But fair trade without transparency is nothing but another marketing tool. And what we have to demand as consumers is transparency in business practices.
If you're a roaster and your concept completely evolves around the political aspect and the social aspects of fair trade, perhaps you're forgetting about a sustainable model based on quality.
There has to be an economic appeal that makes you want to introduce more fair trade product to a community that is not really, other than coffee, backing fair trade products.